Imagine opening a map, not of Earth, but of global capital. You see vast continents. There's the real estate market, a continent as large as Asia and Europe combined. Alongside it are bonds, stocks, gold, vast areas representing the world's wealth accumulated over centuries. And then somewhere in the corner is a tiny dot, almost invisible. That's the entire crypto market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, all the altcoins combined. One dot. Now imagine that dot starts to grow, not because anyone wants it to, but because something fundamental is happening. The world's largest financial markets are beginning to migrate to the blockchain. Real estate, bonds, stocks, commodities, everything that's currently locked into outdated centralized systems is beginning to go digital. In this video, we'll look at just how big these markets really are. We'll show you what's happening right now with real data, real institutions, real numbers. We'll give you 3 scenarios of how the crypto market could evolve as this shift occurs, and we'll explain why Bitcoin Cash and Cash tokens can play a concrete role in this new world. No hype promises, no astronomical price predictions, just data and honest assessments. Let's begin. Let's look at the facts. The global real estate market, $390 trillion. Bonds, $130 trillion. Stocks, $120 trillion. Gold, $16 trillion. And crypto, around $4 trillion. That sounds like a lot, but it's less than 1% of the real estate market. For comparison, Nvidia's total assets alone are around $4.2 trillion. But this is where it gets interesting, because these huge markets, real estate, bonds, stocks, are slowly coming to the blockchain. This is called tokenization, and the world's largest institutions are already on board. BlackRock launched its BUIDL fund on Ethereum with almost $3 billion. JPMorgan has processed over $300 billion through its tokenized collateral network. Goldman Sachs is tokenizing parts of its private loan portfolio. These are no longer experiments. This is infrastructure. What do the analysts say? The forecasts vary widely, and that's important to understand. McKinsey expects $2 trillion in tokenized assets by 2030. BCG is more optimistic, $16 trillion. Standard Chartered even anticipates $30 trillion by 2034. To put that in perspective, if just 10% of the real estate market were tokenized, that's $39 trillion. That would be 10 times the entire current crypto market. Mind you, these are scenarios, not guarantees, but the direction is clear. And now the question, what role does Bitcoin Cash play in this world? BCH was built for peer-to-peer payments, fast, cheap, decentralized. In a world where real estate, stocks, and bonds exist as tokens on blockchains, you need a payment layer that works. Cash tokens make it possible to create fungible and non-fungible tokens directly on the BCH chain without layer 2, without bridges. Imagine a tokenized apartment building in Berlin. The monthly rent is automatically distributed to 100 investors worldwide via smart contract in milliseconds. This isn't a futuristic dream, the infrastructure already exists. Before we wrap up, I'd like to pause for a moment and thank you personally. You just took almost 12 minutes to understand a topic that most people haven't even considered. That says something about you. You're someone who does their research before making decisions. Someone who wants to understand the context, not just the headlines. That's the very spirit that gave rise to this channel. We don't believe in hype cycles. We don't believe in telling you what you want to hear. We believe that solid knowledge is the only real advantage an individual can have over the market. This video took many hours of research, evaluating sources, verifying figures, weighing scenarios, writing a script that's fair and balanced without being boring. If you appreciate that, then a like or a comment means a lot to us. It's the signal that tells us, keep going, dig deeper, More of this. I'd also like to ask you something directly as a community member. What interests you most? Should the next video delve deeper into cash tokens and show you exactly how to create tokenized assets on BCH? Should we do a comparison? Which blockchain is best suited for RWA tokenization and why? Or do you want to understand how regulation in Europe, the US, and Asia is currently shaping the market? Let us know in the comments. Seriously, we read every comment, and the topics with the most interest will be featured as the next video on this channel. And if you know someone, a friend, a colleague, a family member who's interested in finance, blockchain, or the future of money, send them this video. Not as advertising, but because good information deserves to be shared. Thank you. Really. Now to wrap things up, we are at the beginning of the largest capital migration in history, from analog to digital, from centralized to decentralized. The crypto market is a pixel today, but pixels grow. The question is not if, but when. If this video helped you gain a different perspective on the market, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more data-driven BCH analysis. See you in the next video.
Willkommen zur BCH Global Conference. Wir sind Liberty Unleashed.